We kicked off our new series 10 this past weekend at Mech. If you missed it, I'd encourage you to go back and listen to the message on the Mech app, Mech's YouTube, or the Mech website. In this first installment of the series, Pastor Jim summed up the first 3 commandments in this way: put me first, make sure it's me, and take me seriously. Our earlier devos this week covered the first 2. And today, I want to talk about the 3rd commandment, taking God seriously. And God tells us to take him seriously by not misusing his name. God's name represents who he is. So if you claim to follow him, you can either honor or dishonor his name. Pastor Jim gave us 3 ways that we could dishonor God's name. I'll remind you of the first 2, but then I want to spend a bit of time talking about the 3rd. The first was using it as profanity. That is, using it flippantly, as almost a reflexive way of expressing an emotion, whether it's surprise, anger, or whatever. It's a disrespectful way to use God's name. The second was to use God's name for profit, to gain credibility, to gain influence, to gain a following, or even to gain money. The last one was to misuse his name by pretending, when we pretend in relation to God to be something that we're not. When we claim to follow him but have all of these underlying, undealt with sins. Now, to be clear, I am not talking about perfection. We're not going to experience a sinless existence on this side of eternity. I'm talking about integrity. Do the claims that we make about God and our relationship with him match the way we're seeking to live our lives? Do we reflect his heart and his character? Are we growing in our relationship with him? Are we deepening our love for others? Take time this week to do a bit of self-reflection. Is there any way in which you're pretending to follow God? Pretending to represent his name? Be honest. And if there is, take time to talk to him about it, to repent about it. The good news is that he's a forgiving God. So accept his forgiveness and then let your relationship with him continue to change you, to form you into a person of integrity.